Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. You know, every so often as I'm whizzing through the collection here to find the disc I'm going to feature, because I pull them out kind of at random, I run across a little clump of things that are interesting, and I see a couple of them like all lined up just saying, talk to me, talk about me, tell the universe. Well, when I was doing the Bach Magnificat, I was in the letter B. Now, who else is in the letter B? Well, like half of the world of classical music is in the letter B. But I was running through Bizet, and I came across this sucker. This is the Japanese Phillips recording of the Carmen and l'Arlésienne suites, featuring Igor Markevitch and the Lamoureux Orchestra on Phillips. Now, this stuff is in like the Markevitch box and all that. And you also get Bolero with the Symphony Orchestra of the Spanish Radio and Television. And these are from 1959 and 1966. And wow, oh my goodness, this is the real deal. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's my favorite recording of the Carmen suites. Now, the greatest recording ever is not necessarily my favorite recording in some repertoire, but it sure is in this one. I mean, these performances have sex, and they have swagger, and they have rhythm, and they have color, and they have bright, fauvist, orchestral colors and sonorities, and oh my God, it's just unbelievable. And everybody loves the Carmen suites, right? I mean, everyone's got recordings of the suites, and l'Arlésienne too. You get them both usually on a disc. And they're just some of the most tuneful and delightful music that anybody ever conceived. And you want them played to the nines. And one of the hallmarks of a great conductor, as I've always said, is that they can take theoretically lighter music and play it like it's the most sublime stuff that has ever existed. And that is what Markevitch does. I mean, every single note is just of crystalline clarity and diamantine brilliance, and, you know, come up with your own jewelry analogy. I mean, it's not that the music is overly refined. Don't get me wrong. This is down and dirty Bizet, which you really, really want. I mean, you know, that's part of the deal. The very opening of Carmen, you know, there's the trombones and the timpani. You know, timpani are just tonic and dominant, boom, 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 like this, and the trombones are going like this, and there's a tune on top of it, but you can hear everything. You hear the whole. I mean, the tune is where it ought to be on the top, but the texture, the thing that's keeping that tune afloat, is so rhythmic and punchy and buoyant, and it's not, you know, effete at all. It's not smoothed over. It's got soul. It's got sweat. You know, it needs a good shave. It's fabulous. I mean, it's just delicious. It's in a, you know, continent that only discovered deodorant in the 1950s. I mean, it's really, really good stuff. And so, I mean, I can't recommend this highly enough. I mean, I've talked about it before, of course, as I have many of the greatest recordings ever. But when I saw this, I just said to myself, "Oh, we have to do it." And the Bolero's terrific too. It really is. I mean, it's got all the same qualities as the Carmen suites. There's just this characteristic idiomatic flair. And the interesting thing is that Markevitch was not somebody who you might think to do it that way, because he was a 20th century avant-garde composer and a follower of the Stravinsky school, someone whose emotional temperature ran toward the cool and the clinical. But he was a great conductor, a great interpreter. And because of that, he was able to inhabit the idiom of this music. And with the Lamoureux Orchestra, which was just fabulous when he was there, and they hated each other, by the way. He only lasted there like 3 or 4 years because he made them work. And French orchestras, especially at this period, were somewhat work averse, shall we say. And so, they didn't get along too well because of the demands that he made on them. But they put out. He got what he wanted. And some of what he wanted, fortunately, was preserved on some of the greatest recordings ever. So keep on listening, friends, and thanks for joining me. Take care.